Mighty to Save by Hillsong United. The key that we do it in is the key of A. And there's a few lead lines in this song that are pretty important to capture the general feel. And Hillsong does a good job usually with lead lines, so we'll just stick pretty close to what they do. The song, the main lead line is going to be spending most of its time on the 9th fret. And you'll be using a D form chord. So you'll bar the 9th fret with your first finger, and you'll put your second finger on the second string, 10th fret. Right? Then what's going to happen is there's two ways you can do this lead line. You can do it pretty basic, which is basically just those 3 strings, and it would sound like this. That's going to be the least amount of movement with your fingers, and it'll be a little bit easier. So if you're struggling with adding your 3rd finger, start with that basic form and get that down first. But the other way to do it is you have those fingers, and then you use your 4th and your 3rd fingers to add sort of a bass note to it. So you put your 4th finger on the 12th fret, 4th string, and then the other chord would be the 3rd finger on the 11th fret, 4th string. So the way this would sound would be like this. All right, so that gives you a general idea of that opening lead line. You do that on the intro, all of the turnarounds. It's kind of that theme lead line of the song. During the verses of this song, you can choose to stay up higher on this fret, in which case it doesn't give you a whole lot of oomph, but it does keep it emptier. You could come down lower. I think for size purposes, I would prefer that you keep things higher and keep them more empty. The song is a slower song. It's a lower level as far as its intensity. It gets bigger in the verse and even bigger in the instrumental and the bridge, but especially gets big in the chorus in the instrumental bridge. But for the verses, it's important that it stays really empty. It's drum driven in the verse and bass driven. So what that does is it gives you places to go. So keep it nice and empty in the verse. If you're going to play, you can play the 4 chord here. Something like that. Something real tasteful, empty. Honestly, if you're worried you're playing too much, stop playing. It's not overly important that there's a ton of lead guitar in the verses. For the chorus itself, again, you can stay up here. You would play the 1 chord, which is sort of that C form. It's the 3rd finger on the 4th string, 11th fret. You're barring the 1, 2, 3, and 4th string, and then you have your 2nd finger on the 2nd string, 10th fret. So that would be your 1 chord. Your 5 chord would be bar open. first and second strings on the 12th fret if you want to. My advice is to keep it simple. So you go 4 chord, you'd put your pinky on the 12th fret, 4th string. And then back to the. So this is how, if you played it up here, this is how the chorus would go chord-wise. There's an instrumental on this song. You can also do this on the 9th fret. The way the instrumental goes is it's kind of a play off the lead line. Let me see if I can remember. So what you do is you have that D form again on the 9th fret, and what you're going to do is it's sort of like a D suspended. I choose to bar the first and second strings on the 10th fret, but you could use your second and third fingers. Either way, whatever works best for your fingers and the style of play that you do, but the line sounds like this. So it's between the first and second string. That last note is your pinky, your 4th finger on the 12th fret. Right, so. And then it goes switches to the second and third strings. So you have your middle finger on the 10th fret and your first finger on the 9th fret. Lift up your middle finger. You use your third finger on the 3rd string, 11th fret. Nice thing about doing it, this instrumental on the 9th fret, or around the 9th fret, is you don't have to move your home bass. You can keep your first finger where it is, which keeps it a pretty simple lead line. So let me play it all the way through for you real quick. As you can hear, I'm not just playing the single notes, which you can do. I like to add some in there. A little vibrato to it. So that's the instrumental part. While the band is playing. Those are the basic ideas of the song. It's good to keep it up higher. You can really drive it if you need to. So the chorus. And if you need to, if that chorus just doesn't feel big enough, or you need to give it some more oomph, what you can do is switch to the lower chords for the chorus. So basic A, E, D for the F sharp minor. We do it on the 2nd fret. So that's the basic idea. The song's pretty straightforward. It's mostly just about getting the lead line down, getting it memorized, so you can very comfortably play it during a performance of worship.